All right, the first thing I need you to do on your iPad, found an easier way for your MyHRW login. So then that way, if you guys ever forget your password or you forget everything else, you don't have to have me to reset it and go back on. So what I want you to do is on that home screen where we created that bubble that said like world history that had a MyHRW login, a DBQ login, and then the Freeman PD1 deal that's on there. I want you to go in and hold down the MyHRW one and delete it. The one that is the MyHRW bubble.
I have hold it double.
Yes, sir. That's MyHRW. Hold it down and delete it. Delete it from there. If you don't have it, then you're going to start fresh right here and you're good to go. All right. Once you've deleted it, okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is delete my HRW bubble. And then I'm going to go to Safari. All right, go to Safari and type in hmo.sville.us. And as soon as it pops into that hmo.sville.us, I want you to remember how we created a shortcut on the home screen with clicking on the square with the up arrow and add to home screen. That should be able to give you a direct tie to it. So make sure on Safari you click that square up, slide down, add to home screen, and then that one's going to be your login for MyHRW without having to go type in a password, do everything else. You do it with Google and it pops directly in there. Okay. Raise your hand if you need any help with this, and I'll come over there and help you out a little bit. Okay. You can do it on your iPad. That's what you're gonna save it. That work for you? That work good? Did you save it, add to your home screen, and then slide it in? Or slide in that one. You good? Everybody good here? You're gonna be able to do it when you get done. Be easy. Okay. Get yours. Put your phone away from me. Take this back to home screen. So let's go to Safari. Chair.
You have to leave. Like, straight up, no explanation, just leave. But if you're leaving, I'm leaving. He's fine. Obviously, leave.
Eighth grade. No, it's like that's just it. Yeah, change my opinions. Yeah, no.
I mean, there's way by it. Do not read the name. My sister, I have to go to home.
Yes, I think I need it.
Really? Shut up.
You're gonna like delete it from the idea. All right, everybody else get it? Richard, I'll come back and help you on yours, okay? Because yours, you already logged in before you saved it, so then it's trying to go back to it. All right, so what we're gonna talk about today, we talked about a little bit yesterday about the beginning idea of migration. All right, we're gonna look at the idea of African migration in chapter 8, section 2. All right, and what I want you to think about is how it relates to us. Okay, so in Texas, there's two major ways that I can think about that people migrate. All right. So the first thing to do is understanding what migration is. And the definition that the book gives us of migration is it's a permanent move from one country or region to another. That means you're permanently going to stay that's in there. All right. What are two things in Texas that directly relate to migration? Okay, with us as humans. With us as humans. There is bird migration though, north and south. Okay, with humans. What's the first two things that pop to your head? Why do humans migrate to Texas? Okay, from where? Okay, you said from California. All right, so number one to me is economic gain from moving from a state to a state like California to Texas. There's a ton of push by Governor Abbott, by other people that are there, to be able to emphasize the move from California to Texas. So then that way those companies can, one, profit Texas, and two, profit themselves because there's no state income tax that's there. Okay. What's the other reason why people move to Texas, say from another country? What's an example of that?
Well, economic stuff like you said, like why mostly Mexicans come up from Mexico to get a better work here.
Okay. So immigration from Mexico to Texas. All right, that's a big deal that directly affects us, especially in the Southwest. All right? Whether it be economic gain, whether it be because of family, whether it be because of just search of a better life, those two things are the biggest impact on Texas. Is the idea of migrating from Mexico to Texas or migrating from another state to Texas because of economic gain. All right. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to go to Canvas and click on Canvas. Just open it up. You don't have to go specifically anywhere yet. But I want to pose a question to you. All right. How many of you have moved from a city to a city, a state or country to a country for a specific reason? All right. How many of you have done that? All right. So let me get a count of hands and kind of see percentage wise. All you other people have just lived in Stephenville your entire life? Okay. All right. So tell me, I'll tell you mine. And if you want to, you can tell me a couple of years that are in there. We'll go through about 3 of them. Like I've had to move because of jobs. All right. So like after I moved for an education, as far as that goes, to go to college. And then once out of college, I've moved from that educational place to wherever I was receiving my first job. And that was a reason for my move. It wasn't anything because of choice of climate or a reason why you wanted to go there, or it was a vacation destination that you wanted to stay there because you won the lottery. But it was because of education and because of economic job gain that's there. So what are some of the reasons why you guys moved? Raise your hand, tell me. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so family. All right. Whether it become a new family or whether it become an extended family, but there was a reason that you moved based upon marriage that was there. Okay, so family overall. All right, somebody else give me something. Why else did you move? If you want to share it with me. Looking for about 3 that want to share with you talking. What's going on? Well, tell me yours. Yours is different than mine, though.
Oh, my dad's got a new job.
Okay.
He used to live in Granbury, and then his boss moved to Butter Ranch in Stevensville.
Okay, so it wasn't a long move to where it was like a drastic change, but it was a move from a town to a town based upon your parents having an economic gain, probably. Or it's just loyalty and continuity of keeping the same job, the same boss. I'm staying with the same group that goes in there. Okay. So that's kind of like, like a herd moving from one place to the other, because your dad could have stayed in Granbury and found a different ranch to work on, but he probably liked working for the boss that he was already working with and said, yeah, I'll go with you. And then that way I can keep everything else the same, but just in a different town. So one change as compared to a lot of change. All right, good. Yes, sir.
Like, he said the same thing, my dad worked with the same dude, so he left one ranch, and he went to go work at Eastern.
Okay. Where was the first ranch at?
Well, in between Dusty and Concord,
Okay.
and then we moved to Eastern, I went to school for 2 years, and then 5th grade, I came here.
Okay. But he still works in the ranch in Eastland?
No, yeah, he does.
Okay. I got you. All right. So again, kind of the same thing of now there's two moves within that one. All right. So your dad moved because of the idea of working for the same boss. Again, kind of talk about loyalty, continuity, all the other stuff. But then you moved again based upon schools. All right. And if you want to share with it, if you don't, either way, kind of what was the reasoning for moving with schools?
Well, it's like, I didn't want to go to school in Eastern, so I just came here.
Okay. So probably for like educational opportunities, ag opportunities, things like that, maybe.
Like, we live here, but my dad leaves every morning.
He drives to go up there. Okay. Because like a lot of people I know, like with Steamville has a pretty good ag program. So the size of the ag program, and you look at differences between a small school ag program and a bigger school like Stephenville ag program, and you have a lot more opportunities. So again, you're kind of looking for opportunities within that. All right, give me one more. Give me one more for you people that have moved. What's that?
Mine was for the family.
Okay. So you had like, where was it from and to?
Well, okay, so I started here in Stephenville, then I moved to
Uh-huh.
Maryland for years after that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, but you were back and forth because of family moving or because of maybe wanting to stay with one side of the family or the other closer to?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, and we'll kind of get into some of this stuff. But I want you to think about those deals that you're just talking to me about. And you're going to go to discussions on Canvas, and it's going to be titled Human Migration. What you're going to do is, it gives you the definition of migration again, just to make sure that you understand what it is. It says, in your opinion, give 3 examples of why humans migrate. Try to think outside the box a little, and at least one of your answers be something that most other people would not have. Okay. So 2 are probably going to be common. Everybody's going to have it. But your third one, I want you to think of a reason why humans migrate. Maybe you didn't migrate for that reason, but why other humans migrate. Try to think of one of those. After you've posted your 3 answers, you'll be able to see other people's responses and compare those to yours, but you can't see them until after you've posted your 3 answers. All right, so I'm gonna give you about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna go over these together. But on discussion board, I want you to think about 3 reasons why, 2 of them common, 1 of them outside the box, and I want you to post those on the discussion board, and then we'll start talking about them here in just a little bit. All right, everybody's got to post the 3, and you'll be good to go. All right, anybody have any questions about how to get to it or what you need to do on it? Everybody good? All right, I'm gonna let you start going on there.